and it's kind of in plain terms, but I say, this is a true-false question. Your choir band or orchestra will never be better musically than you are, unless you're awful. Because we have heard some groups that actually sing better than the musicianship that's here. It's a very tragic thing. But, you know, the first thing I don't want the musicians somewhere else. I want the musicians to use the education that can hear. I'm not talking about the best fiddle player or the best singer, but they can hear this high level of musicianship. And then we'll try to teach them how to get it there. So, you know, it's so evident in both groups. I wanted to talk to you about something on the first piece. I have a couple of kind of musical rules because I think they're what musicians do. And a lot of times students depend on their teacher, okay, for all of the musicianship and to impart this to you. But there's a couple of rules other than singing good vowels in tune, you know, and all that. But it's like what to do with repeated notes on a given, or more than one note on a syllable. All right, so I'm going to give, if you do the Chinese piece, so when you have, and I'm not real good with this, I just got back from Asia, but, and I'm not sure when we do a piece like this, like that we're actually doing it as the Chinese would, because their tone is a little different. But what I'm talking about is when we have this going up and this coming down, when we have more than one note on the syllable, I kind of think that the second note ought to be a little softer than the first. Rather than just because it goes up and it has two notes on it. Okay, so now let's go to another thought. The other thought I have, I'm just trying to kind of give you things that so the other thought I have is anytime you have a long note, and that's all relative. So if you got a string of 8 notes, the quarter note is the longest, right? The string of quarter notes is half and whatever. But I think particularly at the ends of the phrases, whereas it is all long notes crescendo to the next note, or rest, unless he tells you something different. Because what this allows you to do is, you know, we always say, carry through phrases, give me a sense of line. And I'm on that side going, what does that mean? And to me, it means crescendo slightly, all long notes, so that it doesn't just sit on it. You know what I mean? And I think this is a great little lesson here. Yeah, because I think there's a point where with this many guys, we kind of need them to hang together. Okay? Yeah, so starting on that, let's see. Right, so it's not a sforzata piano crescendo. It starts a little softer so that it's got a chance to, yeah. Right, and so it's not the crescendo to the next note and then be softer necessarily. Okay? And I love it when people overdo what you ask them to do, because then you can say, all right, now let's do it. Remember that when you're going boom, soft note, okay, spew is still the way we act. Let me play with them a little. Give it a starting note, and I'll see what damage I can do. Yeah, see, in the midst of that crescendo, that's why I think these things are confusing. Because it's got a crescendo on it. But it's still not cum sancto spiritu. It's still cum sancto spiritu. The text action is still correct. That's why we got into choral music. Because it has text. We can get it. All right? One more time. Okay, so I'll get to you. Oh, we've done it twice, you do it too? Yes. Well, I thought that was lovely. And the other thing that those next actions is it'll help you gently get to those top notes without having to go, oh my God, we're going to, man minor 6 going, who's song goes speed, but who's song goes speed. All those things that his hands are doing, I still notice that there's more musicianship, and this is for both parts, by the way, but there's more musicianship coming out of his hands, what we call in the business his gestures, than what you're doing. Okay? Sometimes he's having to go clear to here to get you to do a forte. And a forte, relatively, should be from here to about here. All right? The other thing I think that people your age need to get is the purpose of a conductor. The only reason he's doing what he's doing, and we don't even know each other, but I can tell by watching, is the purpose of a conductor or a teacher is to bring attention to the choir. That's his whole purpose, is to bring attention to you. So if he has to overdo his gestures, all of a sudden, we're watching him rather than watching you. So if you want to get the credit, if you want to get that attention that you want, and you really do, because you like it, right? Is when he goes like this, just do it. All right? And I'm going to try to play like that in just a minute. So don't make me overdo it either. All right? Now that wasn't as good, was it? Okay, if we didn't spin that first one more time. And. That's it, Alto. Now connect the whole thing. Listen, you tell me which one's better. Or don't you think so? And it's just a physical thing. It's not like, oh, that was so musical. The reason it was musical was because physically you back off that when you hit that first note. So I think that's the kind of stuff that they can do on their own and make your life easier. Then if you want them to do it, say, oh no, we're going to do it differently. We talk about that. I'm sure. So. What's that? I said we talk about this called I don't know about just exactly. Yeah. Because, I think the burden for teaching is on us. The burden for learning is on you. You do great. And I want to tell you, parents and so on, because I think this is your last video. But I said to the other clinicians, my esteemed colleagues, I said, before I heard one note, I knew this was going to be a good choir. And I will tell you why. I watched him get off the bus. I watched him get off the bus, and I said, that is going to be a good choir. Because discipline doesn't just start right here.